Okay, hey guys. Finally gonna do this U-part video that y'all requested. So this video will probably be a little bit longer than the last one. I have my mannequin head and I have it kind of like taped down. Yeah, I don't have the little thing. The cap that I'm using is this, and I'm using this for my first time, so I can't really tell y'all how I like it yet, but I will compare this to the one from Sally's after I do it and I wear it for a little bit. So this is it right here. I stretched it out all the way it could go, and you can use T-pins, but I don't have them, so I just use these T-pins. Thread that I'm using this thread, and people ask why I use this thread in my last video. Is because it doesn't get tangled as easily, and if it does get tangled, it's easier to take out. So I use this thread instead of the cotton thread that you get at the beauty supply store. And it comes on a big roll. Like, it's really big, but I've been using it for so long. The hair that I'm using is Sheena's Hair Emporium hair. And yes, this hair is so pretty. It's 28 inches, but I'll have separate video on this hair. The part that I start at is right here. If you look at your mannequin head, you'll see like a little line, and I usually call these the ears. So I start at the ears of the mannequin head, and I make sure you put on the wig cap the same exact way it's gonna be on your head. So put it like where the front is. Make sure it's like lined up perfectly. For the first stitch, I'm also going to just show y'all how to sew in a weave. I'm just going to put this all together because I know I owe y'all that video from a long time ago. But first stitch, I push in through the weave cap, push through the weft, and then you see these two piece of thread. I push the needle through that, like that, open it up, and I push through and pull. Make sure you don't put it right at the edge, because what I just did, what happened, I pulled it through the thread and the track just fell off. It's supposed to stick, it's supposed to stay there, so make sure you push it through and get it like not right at the edge, but like there. In your hair, you have two pieces of thread. Like, you have a U. There's gonna be like a U in front of you. Like, I can't really show it because it's black, but it's a U. There's gonna be a U with your thread. Your needle is in one hand and this part is holding the other side. So if you put them together, you have a U sitting in front of you. For the next stitch, which is the key point of how to sew, you put your needle through anywhere. After the first stitch, I don't sew through the wefts anymore. So I go just through the hair, and I make sure I pull it between the two pieces of thread. And I'll probably make another video on this with like some white thread so you guys can see it better. But so you do it again. You push through the hair and you just pull through. Make sure to keep the thread apart so it can keep that U shape. Now I'm not gonna sew on these stretch panels. I told y'all that in my last video. You probably couldn't see the words really, but I wrote it down on the little slideshow video I kind of made. This, you do not want to sew on these because this is what stretches the unit. So if you sew on, if you keep sewing on it, it's going to make it tight. When you put it on your head, it's not going to fit. It's going to be too small because it's not going to stretch anymore. So you sew right before that, and then you go over it for the next stitch so it doesn't get tight on it, so it doesn't stop stretching. For these little things, I'm not going to sew on this. I'll sew on these sides, the side ones, but for the these back ones over here, the back ones over here, right here, I'm gonna sew above it. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and I'll sew above it.
She want me to work that, say what? She want me to work that, and I walking she body all night long. Work that body. Girl, wind up in front, come hold on to me, and I can't let go. She all over me, and I all over she. Doing what you want, keep moving on me, and I can't say no. She all over me, and I all over. The girl said to work that body up. She want me to work that body up, body up. She said work that body up, hey, so I'm on her that body.
People have been asking how to flip the tracks. I'm about to flip it right now. So I sew right here, and then I flip, and I kind of put it up at an angle, like not directly, but like at an angle upwards. Then I get my needle and I push it through the hair, both tracks, and I pull tight. And then I do one more going through the weft, and that's how it stays. You don't have to go through both wefts, just the outer one. And you pull through, and that's how it stays. I don't make any knots or anything until I'm ready to finish. So that's how I flip the tracks. And here you can see how I actually sew, because the needle, the thread is shorter, so now I could actually show y'all. You either go this way or you could do this way, however you're comfortable. I go like this, I sew this way. Some people I see sew upwards, so I sew downwards, go through past the weft, and go through just the hair, push through, and make sure it goes between this little U shape right here, and pull. And all your stitches should be going in a line. You should not have stitches just one here and then missing and then one here. It should be all going in a line. That's how you know you're sewing it right. If you only have about 3 bundles of hair and you're trying to make a U part, make sure you space it out in the back. I'll link my other tutorial down below, and you can see better my spacing. This video, I'm not going to do not a lot of spacing, because I do have a closure that I'm going to put up top. So, and I have 4 packs of hair, so I have to fit all this hair on just this head. So, I don't have to space as much. But if it was 3 packs of hair and I was doing a leave out that was small, I would space at least, in the back only, I would space at least 3 spaces. And I won't do it all the way up, but just 3, and then I'll go close again, and then I'll do 3 again, and I'll go close again. And then once I get to around the crown area, around this section, sorry, the light is so bright, around this section, I will start going close again. So I will have enough hair, so when you get to the top, it won't be like a surprise and you don't have enough hair to finish off the wig, and you're stuck with this big old U. So that's just a little tip that I do. I space out the back about 3 finger lengths width, and that's how I get enough hair to be at the top. So now I'm at a point where I need to cut my thread before it gets too short. So I'm gonna do one more stitch, because I can do one more stitch. Okay, when I pull the needle through like this, I take the thread that's on the left, and I wrap it around the needle about 3 times. And it's short, so it's harder. But I wrap it around 3 times like that. You can see right there, it's wrapped around 3 times, and then I just pull through, and then it makes a knot, and that's how I knot. And there's a knot right there, and I just clip off the rest.
Happy birthday. I don't know. I don't know how to sing happy birthday.
You don't know how to sing happy
birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobby. Happy birthday to you.
Make a wish. And then blow out the candles. Yeah, that's what I'm looking What? You played that hard, he was having yells.
What the hell is this? Bring my inhaler.
The wind is just going to light it back.
What is this? Ozone! What the hell kind of candle this? No, this ain't cute.
Okay, I guess we're now reached to the other.
That's not funny.
Reach the point where these little things start sticking out, and I've never done a U-part with these type of caps before, but I'm just gonna do what people have told me and what I've seen on YouTube. These little things that stick out, you would think they would not fit on top of your head because, like, I don't know, your head doesn't look like a shape like that, but when I did put it on, it actually did fit how my head is shaped. I guess, like, it does this little curve thing where it doesn't have this because this is where your ears are kind of sitting, so it does actually fit. So I'm gonna start sewing my track right here, not exactly on this little detailing, this thick detailing, if you can see. Let me zoom. No, that's gonna make it blurry. Okay, focus. Okay, that little thick detailing right here, I'm not gonna sew exactly on it. I'm gonna sew right after where it stops, just to give some room to sew my hair down when I do start sewing it, installing it to my head. So I'm gonna start my track right here. Let me show you. And all my tracks, I curve, because when you pull it back, you're not gonna see a track. But for this one, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna actually sew a track underneath it, but I'll come back with that part. So I'm gonna start my track right here and go up at an angle, and then I'll start straightening it back out.
I say, gal, oh, you're whining low, so gal, just go and let go. Sweat on me back start to flow. Me leg cramp up when she did blow, and I just go and let go. And I just go and let go. I really wanna take a breather. She insists I can't leave her. Gal, wind up in front, come hold on to me, and I can't let go. She all over me, and I all over she. Doing what you want, keep moving on me, and I can't say no. She all over me, and I all over. The girl said to work that body up. She want me to work that body up, body up. She said work that body up, hey, so I man work that body up. The girl said to work that body up, jump back and roll that body up. She want me to work that body up, hey, so I man work that body up. And I really want you to work that body, yeah, yeah. And I walking she body all night long, she body work that body. Work that body up. She want me to work that body up, body up. She said work that body up, so I man work that body up. The girl said to work that body.
So some people asked what to do when you get to the top of the U with your leave out or your closure. My U is gonna be very big because I do have a closure that I'm gonna install. So before you like start making your wig, you should see how much hair you want to leave out. Put it on your head and see how much hair you want to leave out, and take in how much you want to leave in, a little bit more than actually how much you want to leave out, I mean. So my closure fits from here to here and right here, if you guys can see. Yeah, basically this whole round thing is where my closure fits. But since when you cut this U part out, it's gonna spread open, you want to make sure you take it in a little bit more than what it actually is. So I'll probably stop sewing tracks about right around here. I'll just take it in probably a half an inch to an inch. So I'll probably stop sewing right around here.
And roll that body up. She want me to work that body up, so I undo that body up. Walk up, 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 walk up.